Hey everybody, it's Corey from CJ Off-Road, and today we're at Ford Nationals in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and we stopped by the RTR booth because we have Josh Hipp here, and this is his own personal Bronco decked out with a bunch of cool RTR parts, and he's going to let us all know all about it.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. Obviously, CJ and RTR, great partners. Love to have you guys here, and we're looking forward to doing some more content on the S650 later. But as for Bronco is been added to the RTR family as a halo product. So Mustang has obviously been synonymous with RTR for forever, but Vaughn, being the ultimate fun haver, loves to go off-road, so Bronco is a natural fit. And
of course,
this is a serialized RTR Bronco, so this is number 31, and it includes all the flavor that we've put on it, every available part that we have pretty much. And the good thing about these parts is they're available for retail sale as well. So,
awesome.
You know, even though this is a full assembled unit, if someone just wanted like our iconic RTR grille, which is the beginning of every vehicle package, they could do that, even down to the wheels or even down to the Molly accessory system in the back. So talking about everything that we have and what this vehicle has in particular, I mean, starting up front, we have the RTR grille, which comes in 3 variations. You have the standard 360 camera, then for a lower trim that doesn't have the 360 camera, you would basically just have a flat front. And then we also have a light bar variant, so you're gonna get the LED gills, and then you'd have 3 light bars in the middle.
Oh, awesome.
That can be run on an aux switch or an auxiliary switch that you install. And then you've got an optional bumper, modular bumper end cap if you do have the modular bumper. So the Ford one is kind of bulky. We have a thinner one that allows you for more clearance in the front if you have bigger tires or you just want to have more clearance for rocks or whatever. And then going around, we have so much different stuff. We have optional rock sliders for both a 2-door and a 4-door. We've partnered with WeatherTech to have an RTR WeatherTech floor liners and cargo liner. We also have different suspension options. We have a 2-inch lift kit with our Fun Haver brand. We also have a standard 2-inch spacer that you can get on just a standard non-Sasquatch vehicle. Full exhaust. I mean, there's so many different things, but really the big flavor comes from the grille and then our rear accessories.
Yeah.
So our spare tire carrier is very different than some of the other brands where you're just seeing like a reinforcement plate. Ours is a full assembled unit, which is really cool. So it replaces the hinges, it replaces all the Ford stuff, and then remaps it into this full reinforced piece that can fit up to a 37-inch tire on it.
Oh, wow.
And then that in itself is an accessory system. So we have Molly accessory plates where you can do our jerry can mount like this one has. We have a CV antenna mount. We have a high lift jack mount, and a lot of different pieces that you can just kind of mix and match what your Bronco is being built for, what you're doing with it. And then something else that we do is lighting. And we've partnered with a great brand, Project X, that do a variety of different lighting. This one has our full light bar option on it.
Okay.
And then we're gonna be introducing even more. We're gonna be introducing bumper lights as well as different ditch lights, as well as a new pod, like a 7-pod light bar if you wanna do something not as aggressive as this. I'm more of a beachcomber vibe, so this one feels that one.
Yeah,
but if you're like a true off-road, going to Moab or going anywhere out in the desert, we have upgraded options as well. And this is just the beginning for us. Between RTR and Fun Haver, there's just so much more that we're going to do with it. And we're going to have a whole line of custom suspensions. That way you have a mid-travel kit, a long travel kit, and everything in between. So Vaughn's philosophy with RTR is, though it's ready for rock, he just wants you to be ready for anything. And our product line is going to fill that. We have a full set of wheels, 2 different wheels. This one has the Evo 6 wheel, which is more of like our deep dish. Those come in 3 different sizes, 2 different colors. And then we have our Tech 6 wheel also, which is more of a flat face. You know, that used to be our standard wheel before bringing this one out. So customization of your Bronco, you could live within the RTR ecosystem and just about fill every single void that you were looking for. And it's just the beginning for us.
Definitely. Well, I think it's really cool that you can buy a bunch of RTR products, put them on, but if you still want to buy other products that aren't RTR, you can do that as well too. You can kind of mix it up and kind of do what you want.
And that's also Vaughn's thing. Like, you know, if we're talking about like a serialized vehicle like this, like though it includes a variety of options, by no means does Vaughn say that's the end. Right? He wants you to take your car and do more with it. And you know, I've grown with the RTR brand even from my dealership days where I was building serialized RTRs and then taking them to, turning them up to 11 and taking them to a step further. And that's what's so great about RTR is that our parts fit into whether it's just a piece-by-piece ecosystem or a full serialized vehicle that you want to do other stuff with. And the great thing about us, you know, as compared to some of the other brands is that we don't keep anything exclusive necessarily to the serialized package outside our graphics and badging and serialized stuff. So you could look at a vehicle like this and say, I just want the grille and I want the spare tire carrier unit. You're good.
That's awesome.
Good.
You know, I gotta say, I absolutely love RTR. I love all the products, Bronco, or even Mustang. Big fan of the entire team, and I just gotta say, I'm super happy to have you here today.
Thanks so much. Thanks for coming by.
Be able to talk about your Bronco, and this thing's awesome.
Thank you.
It is absolutely awesome. So you killed it with this. Later on, we are going to be talking to somebody else that is on the RTR team, so stay tuned for that. But this was Josh with RTR, and this was his Bronco, and we're gonna take a couple more shots of it so you can really get a good look at this thing. Hey everybody, so like I said, we're here at Ford Nationals in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and I have the man himself, Vaughn Gittin Jr. He's an Ultra 4 championship driver, and he's also a Formula Drift championship driver, and I'm super excited to be able to talk to you today and have the Fun Runner behind us. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, as you all know, I am the president, founder, and dreamer behind RTR Vehicles, and my off-road racing team is the Fun Haver off-road team, and it's a partnership between myself and Lauren Healy. And so the Fun Runner is a collaboration between the Fun Haver off-road team and RTR Vehicles. So this is a little bit more of a wild machine than you would see in our traditional RTR Vehicles Bronco. You know, our RTR Vehicles Bronco is very much the mindset of OEM plus, you know, enhancing the Bronco with multiple things. Don't require cutting or trimming or any of that, whereas the Fun Runner is a little bit more of a crazy build. Yeah. So we basically, you know, started as a two-door Badlands. In addition to that, we added the RTR rock sliders, which I absolutely love. They are work great as a step to get up to the roof.
All right.
And they also have a kick out for like trees, especially tight trails in East Coast. If you get close to a tree, it'll push the truck out instead of getting into your doors or other like the very tight factory rock sliders will do. We've put our Fun Haver front suspension mid-travel kit on it.
Okay.
So basically, this truck has very similar travel capabilities as the Raptor.
Okay.
We've got a billet upper control arm, Fox Performance Elite shocks, fabricated lower arm, uprated tie rods, things like that. This does use the factory spindle. But yeah, this is our mid-travel kit. It's got a set of the RTR beadlocks that are not out yet. We are considering bringing them to production, but these are just one-offs for this vehicle. But the plan is that we will offer this vehicle as a turnkey product in the future, as a built by RTR program, but we will be selling all of the parts separately. So this is our fiberglass wide body. This gets you out about +5 inches.
Okay.
Sasquatch is roughly +4, so this gives you roughly another inch on top of Sasquatch. Helps with the long travel or the mid travel that we have, which widens the width about 3 inches on each side. Okay. Ride height is raised a couple inches as well, again to manage the travel and the larger 37-inch Nitto trail grapplers.
Gotcha.
We've got a upgraded diff in the front. It's basically a very similar differential to the Raptor, and in the rear we've got upgraded differential as well with the wider track width.
Okay.
Under it you'll see some underbody protection, some additional underbody protection, and beyond that, moving on to the front, of course, RTR grille. The Fun Haver front bumper, and this also has the Fun Haver rear bumper, which is a little higher and tighter than what you would get with, say, the RTR bumper.
Gotcha.
And the mindset of that is that with RTR, we are designed with function, and this starts with function, and then we go to design. And you know, you'll see a couple things like, just to give you an example, right? Like the Zorb bar mount. RTR would never let that show.
Yeah.
But Fun Haver products are more for the hardcore, and you want that extra inch because you're going to drive this thing up on a giant boulder, you know? Yeah. So two different mindsets of product. And then this of course has the RTR tire carrier, which, have you seen this work before?
I have not.
It's got a lock on it. Anyway, you simply pull that down, this goes up and it comes out. It's like one of my favorite things we've ever created.
Pretty cool.
We've created a lot of cool stuff. I don't know why I love that so much, but it's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But anyway, this thing is absolute blast. We debuted it at SEMA And you know, this is, you know, very desert capable.
Yeah.
Jumps,
Do anything.
whoops, do it all. You know, you definitely can go. You know, we do rock crawling and such with it, but it's not, you know, it's not the rock crawler. This is the go fast sports car in the desert.
I gotcha. Now, if you guys don't know, we are going to be having all the RTR products on CJ's website because we recently partnered with them. So if you are interested in any of these, you can buy them right off our website. And with that being said, what do you think the potential of the Bronco's future is with RTR?
Yeah, I mean, look, I absolutely love everyone knows me from Mustang and drifting.
Yeah.
I started racing motocross before I got into drifting. So off-road is like a special place in my heart. I love being in the great outdoors. And I plan to be connected personally and with RTR, with Bronco, well into the future. So we're constantly developing new products that are coming out. We've got a sick new roof rack that we're about to drop. You know, and one thing we also have is a really sick exhaust that just came out. It sounds like it sounds extremely good, and it's super high and tight for it's super high and tight for clearance.
Yeah,
so you don't damage it when you're in the rocks and things like that. So we're going to continue developing product just like you've seen us do with the Mustang. They are our two Halo and my personal passion vehicles, so they get a little more attention than the other projects that we have going on. But no, we're here to stay. You know, RTR has been growing and started as a dream of mine to just create a new perspective of Mustang.
Yeah.
But it's spawned, you know, so much more where, you know, we're focused on only Ford products, focused on the passion products, and with the end goal of making our customers stand out from the crowd and put a smile on their face. And for me, like, that's all it's about.
That's awesome.
We're creating vehicles like this, products like this, and hopefully putting smiles on CJ Pony Parts customers' faces.
I guarantee you we will be. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of the products that you guys do have. Now, if anybody doesn't know, Vaughn does get a little wild, gets a little aggressive in all of the vehicles. So I gotta ask, how many times have you broke this thing yet?
So,
might be a long list.
This truck, I mean, I'm thinking about it. This one, only thing I did was broke the rack.
Okay.
But it was my fault.
All right.
Because we had too much droop travel.
Okay.
And we allowed it to get out of alignment with, you know, basically the load got too far and started pushing up on the tie rod instead of pushing in. So we broke the rack. And so, you know, that's actually why a lot of people are having failures, because there's not proper engineering going on in a lot of parts.
Yeah, we've heard
which is why we don't just make stuff in the computer and sell it. I go take it out, or Lauren goes and takes it out. We beat it up, we break it so that when you guys get it, you don't have to. So what we've done is we have droop limiting that is built into the product now.
Oh, nice.
So that will only go just before that max angle, and then you won't
destroy any racks.
Exactly.
Nice.
But other than that, you know, the Broncos, you know, we've been involved. I've had the opportunity to work with the engineers. I was in the studio years ago looking at them. And so we've been very involved in what Ford has done with the base Bronco. It's like an unbelievable platform.
Yeah.
I mean, it is things
awesome.
that we've done with stock Broncos. I mean, the videos are out there. Look at us, look at Lauren driving Pritchett Canyon. You know, I mean, they're just tanks.
Yeah, it's wild, honestly.
You know, we've never failed a bone stock Bronco. It's only when, you know, you start getting gnarly and modifying and getting it out of its, you know, its design box. And so our goal is to create products that support that, being able to do that in the best manner possible. So,
awesome.
But really appreciate the love. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of CJ. I think you guys do a great job with your content, and I think you guys carry good companies' products, which is why we were interested to be a part of that. And you know, I think you guys have great customer service, and that's for us. You know, I just want every experience anyone has with RTR to be a good, fun one, because that's the
whole point.
only measurer of my brand that I have. Are we having fun? Are people smiling? Are people vibing with what we're doing? And for me, that's what it's about. I just want people to enjoy automotive culture and get behind the wheel, and that's it.
That's awesome, man. Well, I just got to say thank you again for taking time out of your day. I know you're a super busy guy. And this was an honor to be able to have an interview with you today.
Thank you.
So hopefully we'll do some more fun stuff in the future, and we'll just go from there.
I'm down.
All right.
Thank y'all.